All right, you guys. Shawn and Michelle Poe, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Another Sunday. We are at the end of September already. Crazy how the time continues to fly by. We have Elite Academy right around the corner. Coming up very soon. I know actually some people are leaving this week, headed out a little bit early to enjoy Orlando. Awesome opportunity to get out there. Never think that it's too late for somebody on your team to make the decision if they currently aren't going, that they might at the last second. Michelle and I at the very first global convention we had signed up about 2 weeks prior, and up until 3 days prior to the event, I was not planning on attending, and at the last second used some air miles to book a ticket and run out there. And it honestly, it's completely changed our lives, just seeing that event, how real this company is, that boost of energy, the learning curve that it helped us accelerate through. So all of that was definitely worth the opportunity. Reach out to us if you're having an opportunity to talk to somebody that's on the fence. We can help you just share some insight with them on why it's important, why they should make that investment in themselves. Tonight, we've got also right after this call at 8 p.m. Central, the national call. Tonight is going to be Pro 9 Clinton Boyles. He's got an amazing story. Not sure what he'll be doing the training on, but he's very well spoken. He knows the business inside and out, and he'll definitely offer up some great nuggets for everybody. So the dial-in number for that is 712-432-0075. The access code is 887931. Again, that is 712-432-0075, access code 887931. And you can always find that information on bigbluecalendar.com. Just go down to whatever Sunday it is, click on the red highlighted weekly team training, and it'll have all of that dial information for you. So tonight, super excited for what we have in store for you. This business, you guys, it's mindset. It really is mindset, and it's deciding to do something, put in action behind what you're throwing out. But it's really dreams and living and throwing stuff out to the universe that might seem lofty, it might seem crazy, it might seem extraordinary, but the fact of the matter is this is such an amazing vehicle. It can open up things that you thought long ago disappeared. So I challenge each and every one of you as you listen to the story unfold tonight. How does that work out for you in your world, in your environment, and what things have you let go of that you want to put back out there into the universe to say, I'm not going to settle for something else. This is what I want. This is what I'm going after, and I'm going to put in the time and the energy to make this work. We're at another stage in the company. It's an amazing time to be on board. There's going to be stuff that comes out in Orlando. I wish I could inform all of you on everything that I know, but unfortunately I have to wait a couple of weeks until it is announced from stage. But it's going to be an exciting time, and I can't wait to see what happens to everybody's business that is willing to put in the time and the energy and the sacrifice to make this work. So I want to turn the time over to Tanya Sheldon, Pro 7 out of Idaho. Tanya has been a friend of ours for quite some time, and she is just an amazing woman. She's an amazing mom. She's an amazing wife, and we continue to be impressed by how she lives her life and just how she interacts and how she just deals with everything in such integrity and in such a graceful manner. We're blessed to have her in our organization. I love calling her family friends, and they're just as much family of ours as a lot of our actual family. So whenever I'm out in Idaho, I love hanging out with Kyle. The opportunity to see him in Orlando and their kids is going to be amazing too. So Tanya, I want to turn the time over to you, and if you can share with us kind of your journey and everything that's going on, we would love it.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can. Let me get you pinned up here on the screen here. There we go.
Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, so Shawn and Michelle asked that a lot of you have probably seen what's been going on. I'm already emotional. Surprise. Oh.
Love you.
You're rock, girl.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
My crying is like echoing because I'm in an empty room. Okay. So it wanted me to share my journey with you guys, which a lot of you know it. So I'm going to go a little deeper that some of you may not know. And what's happening today and how it feels. And that I want it for you too. It was like 3 years into mine and Kyle's marriage that we decided to file bankruptcy. He came into the marriage with a lot of debt from a divorce, and I had a lot of debt because I worked in retail my entire life, and all I did was buy clothes. So we had a lot of debt to take care of, and life was just hard, and we couldn't afford anything, and we just kept putting stuff on credit. And so we decided to file bankruptcy to get rid of it. And about a year after that, I got pregnant with our first child together, and we moved back to Sioux Falls and rented a house. And it was a great house. It was great being back in South Dakota with family. But I wanted my own home. So I was working for a mortgage company at the time and learned some tricks of the trade. And I wrote multiple letters to every lender that was in our bankruptcy. And I don't remember what I put in those letters, but I wrote letters to every single one of them of what we did and where we were at and where we were headed. And each one of them then changed how they reported on our credit report. So we then tried to buy our first home together as a couple. And I remember one of our lenders saying, I don't know how you did this, but you got your credit looking great. And so we were able to get our first home. And I remember walking into it, and it's kind of like when you try on a wedding dress, ladies, right? Or when a guy buys a car, you just know that that's the one. We walked into this home and we just knew, like, this is it. This is our home. It just felt good. The energy was amazing. So we bought our first home. And we were there for, I think, probably about 4 years. And then Kyle got promoted. So we moved to Kansas City, sold our house, and had to pay when we sold that house. And that put us way behind. And we got rid of a lot of stuff and downsized and rented again because, again, our credit got bad. And we rented a townhouse, and it was really small. And that was the first year I became a stay-at-home mom. And I remember just becoming very depressed, not knowing what I wanted to do, but knowing that just being a wife and a mother, not just, but I needed more. I needed more for me, and I was in search of it. And I didn't know what it would be. So I got into CrossFit heavy, started working out a lot, but just still, I remember Kyle opening a People magazine. I did. And I read this quick article on a woman that was doing a home improvement show and depression she had gone through. And I read that article, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. And I showed my husband the article, and I go, read this. And he's like, wow. And I go, that's me. I'm going through that right now, and I don't know how to get out of it. So still looking. And a year after we moved to Kansas City, Kyle got promoted again. And so we moved to Denver. And we were excited because we love Colorado. Kyle loves the Broncos. Why not be in their backyard? And we moved there, and we're renting again. And it was fine. And the great thing was the home was furnished. Not all of it, but some of it was, which was great. Because again, we couldn't afford to buy furniture to furnish this entire house, but the price was right. And this is when I started looking again for a network marketing avenue. And when I had gotten into Norwex, and when when Michelle had approached me about LifeVantage as well. And I remember being in this home and again renting, and it's not like I came up with the stories because a lot of it was true, but just like being out here in Idaho, you tell people, yeah, we're renting because we're not sure if we're going to stay. And I remember my story at that time was, well, we're renting because we've had to move a lot, and I don't want to buy and then have to move again. And I was really covering up the fact that our credit still sucked. And I didn't know if we could afford to buy a home. And I was so tired of it. So that is one of the reasons why I got into LifeVantage. Like, I was sick and tired of just getting by. I just wanted to have my own place. Oh, this is hard. I wanted to have my own home. And I was still looking for that purpose. So, got into LifeVantage. And a lot of you know that that's where my story started. I got into it for me as well, probably more than anything, just to figure out what I had outside of this wife and mother role and what I could give to this universe to try to make it better. And a week after I got in, Kyle lost his job, and then there we were again. And you'd think that I would have worked really hard in that time because I was so tired of it, but I was so afraid at the same time. So Kyle got severance, and his severance allowed me to have comfort in that and not push hard to begin with. And then we moved to Idaho, and you all know I didn't want to move to Idaho, blah, blah, blah. And we had to rent again. And it just sucked, like that story again of we've been moving so much and not sure if we're going to stay, so we're going to rent. And I had that story for 4 years. Yeah, we're renting because we're not sure if we're going to stay. Still working on our credit. But, you don't always want to share that with people. But LifeVantage has made that so much better for us. And after we moved to Idaho was when, oh my gosh, this is so hard. When we started doing dream boards with our girls. It was just time to start including them more. And I was seeing more of it in the elite academies I'd go to, people including their children and making boards. And we made a rocket ship with a fuse, and they could make money for each rank that we hit. And anytime I had the team over to make dream boards, the girls and all the kids were involved in it. And ever since I can remember, their dream boards included having our own home, because all they wanted was just to have a room that I could say they could paint. And they never had that since they remember. So they were old enough, they didn't have a room that we could paint because we were renting. And they wanted to go to Disney. So, oh my gosh, and I remember too, all along the way, there were always all these stories of people that had gone to Disney. And I'm like, how did you go to Disney? How did you go to Disney? How did you go to Disney? It's so flippin' expensive. And I felt so ashamed that I couldn't take my kids to Disney because it was so expensive every time I looked into it. And we had a goal that when I hit Pro 5, we would take them to Disney. And then when I started looking into it, I'm like, well, that's a lot of money. I don't know if that's going to happen yet. And I had to keep putting off these promises that I had for them. And it hurt. I just wanted to get there. And what I found along the way, as a lot of you know, today, if you look on my Facebook page, I'm sitting in our home that we bought.
Love you. Love you.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I had told Kyle, that my dream board too, that it was time we were going to stay in Idaho, away from family. I just wanted the energy of our own home. And we worked really hard on our credit, and it just felt like the time was right. And one thing I've learned, a lesson I want out of this for you is if you want something really bad enough, including this business, if you really, truly want it bad enough, you're going to find a way to make it work. It's just how it is. And when it came down to getting pre-approved and what we needed to take care of, man, we went to work. We found a way to make it work. And God led us right to this home. And I know where we're supposed to be. I just know where we're supposed to be. And this is our home today. We finally own a home again. And I've been working my tail off all weekend, painting the rooms for my girls. It was my first priority, because that's what I wanted them to have. I don't care about the rest of the house. I wanted them to have their room. And then last night, was it last night? I think it was last night. I'm losing track of days, but we were able to tell the girls that they're going to Disney World. So 2 of those things they had on their dream board became a reality within less than 24 hours. And it's because of this business. And it's because I wanted it so bad. We were willing to do whatever it took. And another big part of it for me, another big lesson was, I remember when we were going to hit Pro 5, we were close and so unbalanced trying to get there. And then hitting Pro 7, I think there was a part of me at both points where I worried about being ready for the leadership that came with it. And I worried about the responsibility that came with it and the new association that would come with it. And would they like me? Would I fit in? It was like a new group that you're getting into in high school, it felt like. But the minute I decided to surrender to it and give it to God and say that I was ready, and you lead me, God, and I'm ready for it, it happened. Like, it happened quick once I surrendered that process, once I stopped trying to control it. And that same thing happened with this house. My husband was in a tizzy the entire process of buying this house. And he was so uptight the entire time. And I just kept telling myself, God's got this. I'm going to surrender this, and what will be, and I know that we can handle it. And it couldn't have gone more smoothly. It just couldn't have. So I say that to you in this process, like, stop trying to control the numbers so much and stop trying to control who says yes or no, and just surrender it and be you and just let it happen, but keep moving. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. And again, if you want this bad enough, you're going to find a way. You just are.
Hey, Tanya.
Yeah.
Can I pause you for a second? Because I want to play that video.
Yes.
I want to play that video. And then I want you to be able to tell people just your thoughts and what's going on through your head as you see that. So I'm going to put that up real quick and get that going.
Okay.
Okay, you should be seeing my screen right now. Can you see my screen, Tanya? Yep. Okay.
Why are you already freaking out? I'm scared over your eyes. You're even recording us. What do you think's going on? We're getting too corpy. Well, we're getting a lot of money. We're shopping for a room. You guys have been really good about the transition to the house. You've had a really good school year. You're both getting really good grades. What'd you just say, Sadie? We're going to Disney World. Why would you say that? Because it's possible. What have you guys had on your dream boards forever? Disney World. What else? Disney World? Dogs. And dogs. We have some bags for you. Oh no. Am I going to cry? Close their eyes. I might. Can we close our eyes? I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
You know when?
No.
We leave Wednesday. You know what? We leave Wednesday. You know how long? 10 days. Sammy's gonna puke. we could have ever pulled it.
It better not be. We leave, you guys, we leave on Wednesday. Oh my God. Did you even look at your shirts? No. I like this one. How many days? We're there for a whole week. A whole week? A whole week? Yeah, a whole week. A whole week. Wait, but that's just my birthday part. I feel like I'm dreaming right now. You know, like I said, it's not like I feel like it's not really happening. Oh my gosh, you're joking. Nope, it's real.
What's that say?
This is my boss, hanging with my boss. Hanging with my booze. Lainey, listen, I didn't call any of those moms for your birthday. Because you know where you're going to be on your birthday? Disney World! We might see Jamie Foxx!
So we're going to go to
Where is it, California or
Florida. Orlando, Florida.
Is that what those first class tickets were for? Actually, yes. First class? Yeah, well, those are luggage tags. I can't believe what just happened right now. Love you guys.
So we leave Wednesday.
It's real.
We don't come back till
Yeah, so that happened. That happened last night. And Savannah this morning, she woke up. They both went to bed in their sweatshirts that we bought them. And Savvy woke up, and I was in her room when she woke up, and she instantly touched her chest, looked at her sweatshirt, and she was like, oh my gosh, it is real. And for the last ever since we told them, they go through the house singing "Where Dreams Come True." That's what they've been singing. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me that, because I believed enough I wanted to change my life enough. I had a desire to keep going even through the crap. And I know it's not easy, but moments like this they're priceless. They're just priceless. I mean, everything, my husband keeps calling this house a money pit, which I don't think it is. We have a dead tree in the front yard. There's so much to take care of, but I love every single thing about it because it's ours and because we did it by helping other people. It's the most honorable way to make a difference in your life and the lives of other people. And this is a story that we get to pay forward to other people and help them change their lives. You've got to stop thinking about the selfish part of you being scared of sharing this with other people, because you could change their life and hear other stories just like mine because you were brave enough to share. Okay? It's that simple. So that's all I got, Pose. Thank you so much.
You're amazing. We were going to bed last night and just thinking about, everything that was going on with you. And it was a very easy thing for us to decide that, this just had to happen tonight for you to share that journey, because this is what it's about. And it looks different for everybody. It really, really does. But I challenge each of you to examine, what is it? What truly is it that should be on your dream board? And the reality of all of this is you fall into one of three categories. You're in a state that you are doing what you need to get what you want. You're thinking about doing what it takes to get what you want, or you're not doing it. And that's it. That's the realm that we live in. And I know that this hasn't been an easy journey, and we know Tanya and her family very personally, and everybody has their struggles and their ups and their downs, but have the last 5 years been worth it?
Hell yeah. I'd do it over again in a heartbeat. And I feel like I'm just getting started. Like, this is just the beginning for us. Like, I can't wait to sit down. I almost can't wait to get back from the trip to sit down and make our new dream boards. I can't wait. Can't wait.
I love it. Michelle? We'll see if she can talk.
It's just the most, I mean, as Shawn said, we've just known Tanya and Kyle for so long, and the story, and each and every one of you have your own stories of where you are in your life right now. And everything in your life might be going incredibly well, and you're able to give back in real big ways and whatnot. But remember that all the people that are out there and the gift that we have to share with them, not only on the product side and the people side, but this business, I mean, and what it will do and what it is doing for people. And I want you guys all to remember too, that we all started with 0 points, or I guess whatever our enrollment points were when we enrolled. We all started at the exact same place. Most of us have never done network marketing in our lives. Most of us didn't have a clue about NRF2 and glutathione and superoxide dismutase and catalase and all of this. But what we had was, that heart of taking care of people and helping people and building a team of love and inspiration and passion and a vision and purpose. And no matter what it is, where you are in your life, look around and look at the world and what the possibilities are. You heard Tanya's daughter say, it's possible. That's the way that she has been talking to her kids these years, that anything is possible in anything that you do. And so have that mindset. And when you're out there talking to people, love them and love them where they're at and listen to them and let them know that anything is possible. Because most people in their lives at this very moment don't know that everything is possible. And they don't know how to take a next step forward to get where they want to go and need to go. And they're not willing to talk about what Tanya shared with you tonight, about bankruptcies, about, issues with marriages, about issues with children, about issues with their jobs. They don't want to talk about those things because it's not comfortable. So be there for them and be vulnerable and share your story so that they can open up and see what Life Vantage and the people within our organization and within this company are doing. We're not just there to, do one thing or two things. I mean, we are there for the full package in life. And we, like Tanya said, are just getting started. And so I want you tonight to just dig deep within yourself and think about and envision where you want to be, where you want life to be, and just put it out there and believe in yourself and make it happen, because you've got the biggest cheerleaders in life that you can imagine here. And we all want to know what those dreams are for you and what those passions are for you. And if we don't know what they are, we just don't know. So share them and just know that we're all here. We could talk all night long, but we all start at the same place. Just plug in, please, because this system works. Life Vantage does work. Go out and get uncomfortable. Show up to meetings early. Introduce yourself to people. Bring guests. Introduce your guests to everybody. Don't miss events. I know it's hard. Finances are hard to get to things, but you figure a way out. Reach out to all of us if you need places to stay, roommates, any of those things. And just plug in, because it works and lives are being transformed. And Tanya, your kids, they're going to always know in life that they can do anything, because anything is possible. So thank you for inspiring everybody tonight. And I hope your girls know too the inspiration they've given because of their belief in the world and the possibilities. It's going to be such an unbelievable experience to see them there.
All right, so we're right at 8:01. I want to wrap it up just thanking Tanya for sharing your heart and your guys' dreams and kind of what's happened over the last couple of years. And I want to end with just telling you what was written in the chats as we went, and then we'll see you guys at the end of the month. Love you, Tanya. We've got a bunch of kisses. Love you, girl. Love you tons, lady. Love you, Missy Tanya. Congrats. We don't just like you, we love you. You're amazing, Tanya. Your girls are amazing, Tanya. This is just so beautiful in every way. Awesome. So inspiring. Amazing. You are my inspiration. Very inspiring story. Continued best of luck. Thanks for sharing. We all love you, Tanya. So what I'd challenge you guys to do is save this recording. And when you get those skeptics or the people that say this doesn't work or I can't do it or, you know, you're feeling in a rut, I would pull this one out, listen to the story, get remotivated, keep moving forward. So thanks again. Love you guys. Let us know how we can help.
Love you.